Brexiteer Peter Bone mocked Michel Barnier for returning to Brexit talks as he reflected on the closeness of cutting ties with the EU. Tory MP Peter Bone taunted Michel Barnier during a speech in the House of Commons on Thursday. Mr. Bone admitted to believing it was good news that Michel Barnier was prepared to reconsider his position in the Brexit talks as the UK is closer to escaping the shackles of the EU. Leader of the House Jacob Rees-Mogg also joined him in admitting he was happy the EU seemed ready to return to the trade deal talks with the UK. Mr. Bone said, "A number of members across the House have been campaigning all their political lives to get this country free from the shackles of the European Union. Therefore it is exceptionally good news that the European Union has recently changed their position on a comprehensive free trade agreement. Mr. Barnier is coming to London this afternoon to try and finalize that deal." Mr. Bone then requested Mr. Rees-Mogg speak to the Boris Johnson in the event a deal is resolved. He continued, "Could the Leader of the House recommend to the Prime Minister that Parliament be recalled next week for a statement and debate? This is if such a historic agreement is reached as talks resume." Mr. Rees-Mogg admitted to also enjoying hearing the news talks would resume between the UK and EU. He said, "Mr. Speaker, I am sure my honourable friend took the pleasure that I took that Mr. Barnier decided he would come to talk to us on Trafalgar Day. This seemed to have a certain kind of historic resonance. I don't think it would be right to recall the House next week for a statement, however. The Chancellor of the Duchy and the Prime Minister have regularly kept this House up to date with developments in Brexit negotiations." Brexit trade deal talks initially collapsed following the ultimatum made by Boris Johnson. Mr. Johnson told the EU they had until October 15 to agree a trade deal with the UK. However, this warning went unheeded, resulting in both the Prime Minister and chief UK Brexit negotiator Lord David Frost arguing it was time to get ready for no deal. Both argued that there was no need for any more talks unless the EU fundamentally changed their position. Boris Johnson on Wednesday agreed to restart Brexit talks with the EU with hopes kept alive of a new deal.